Hi, I'm Josh Kervin, and welcome to another Death Battle prediction video. And we're going to be starting off this half of the season with Sailor Galaxia versus Beerus. This is one that a lot of people were really wondering who Beerus' opponent was going to be going in. There was a lot of talk whether it was going to be Arceus or Asura. I saw people saying Kratos for some reason. But I think actually this is probably one of the better matchups for them, because both of them do kind of have essentially Gods of Destruction themes. So in this case, though, the stats are going to be more or less what it comes down to, as is the case with most Dragon Ball characters. So going into this, I actually expected Sailor Galaxia to more or less sweep, because I had heard that they were pretty even in stats, and that Sailor Moon characters have tons of hacks, which would definitely sway it into her favor. To start with power, both of them ultimately come out around universal. With Beerus, it's pretty clear cut to the fact that him and his brother Champa clashing would destroy both of their respective universes. So two characters performing the feat to destroy two universes, cut it in half, it's one universe. So pretty basic stuff there. I've seen some discussion as to the universes in Dragon Ball containing other universes within them, but they do seem to be smaller universes. So I'm not too sure about counting, say, destroying Universe 7 as destroying 4 universes. And then we come to Sailor Galaxia, who essentially there is a character named Queen Nehelenia, who created the Mirror World, which is an exact parallel universe to the normal world. And then as well, she is much stronger than Pharaoh 90, who could merge dimensions. Now, part of the question with this is, how high do you scale Galaxia due to the fact that she is much stronger than these people, but unquantifiably so. So if they're both baseline universal, the thing is that Sailor Galaxia would not be baseline universal, just because of the fact that she is so much stronger than characters with universal feats. So it seems like Galaxia might have the advantage in the strength department, as well as the durability one, just due to facing characters who are capable of surviving her attacks, and basically stomping Sailor Moon. I don't even think Sailor Moon ultimately beat her. She couldn't beat her. The whole reason that Sailor Galaxia died is because of the fact that her bracelets kill her instantly if she finds something that she wants to protect. I don't know. Sailor Moon's weird, man. But then we come to speed, and I had seen going around there was some Sailor Moon feat where it essentially came out to being I think it was almost a quintillion times the speed of light, but I think something about it was disproven. Which leaves her with her best speed feat being about 3 trillion times the speed of light, which is fast, but Beerus's is that he flew a distance that Whis had flown in half to 2/3 of the time. This gets calculated usually to being around 249 quadrillion times the speed of light, up to potentially 332 quadrillion times, which definitely leaves the advantage for speed there in Beerus' favor. If Sailor Galaxia had that other speed feat, then it would definitely mean that she would have quite the advantage to go in with both potentially a strength and speed advantage, but in this case, the speed is very handily in Beerus' favor by a very significant margin. So that brings us mostly to some of the hacks. The most notable one that Galaxia has that could end the fight is basically starseed stealing, which is basically taking someone's soul, kind of. The soul is, I guess, different from the starseed in Sailor Moon, so that kind of does put it in a bit of a weird spot. So if she removes that, the person dies. So essentially, there's no reason she wouldn't be able to do that to Beerus. He doesn't have any feats of negating those kinds of attacks. Meanwhile, Beerus's main thing is Sekai, which, unfortunately for him, Sailor Scouts actually do resist any sort of existence erasure of the soul, things like that. Like, basically, they're the kinds of characters who resisted the starseed removal kinds of things, and have resisted attacks on their souls. So both from an existence erasure and spiritual nature, they should be fine with Sekai. I don't think it'll be particularly effective on them. So that kind of spells it out right there. Who do I think will win? Weirdly enough, Beerus, actually. Sailor Galaxia might be potentially stronger if you essentially rate her at her best over essentially the one universe destruction, if you don't count it being multiple universes. If you do, Beerus is probably stronger as well. So we essentially come to this situation where one character is unknown times stronger, but probably not that much. Like, enough that they would still be able to harm, that he could still harm her. And Beerus being, like, I think thousands of times faster, it just means that she wouldn't have the opportunity to steal a starseed, and she would need to actually land it, which is unlikely. So I actually do see this one going in Beerus's favor, which is definitely different from what I thought going in. Sorry. Definitely different from what I thought going in. The animation should be interesting. Again, this is one that I'm not terribly invested in, but it is a pretty neat fight. So I will see you guys for the next one, and I'll see you then.